Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to ESTY Talks. I am Kimberly James, Director of Education with Image Skincare, and I am very excited to be here with you today. This is our third installment of ESTY Talks, and this actually started during the time of COVID, and it was such a great success. It's a wonderful way that we can bring our professional licensed estheticians and skincare therapists together with our beloved, loyal end consumers, you all that love using and purchasing Image and going to those professionals. So it's just a great time to come together. We're able to highlight some of our wonderful professionals like you're going to see today. And it really helps you all that are the consumer, the person who is purchasing Image skincare products and visiting the professional to really get an insight and education about skincare. We love to be able to connect you both together so that we can be a support for the professional, but also a support in helping you to find that local professional where you can go, get that advice, get that expertise, and really be able to get your skin in the best condition. So I am excited to be here today with our special guest. Today, we are going to be focusing on your summer skincare plan. Perfect timing, right? Summer is just around the corner. For those of us that are here in the South, it feels like summer has already arrived. Some of you, maybe not so much, but pretty soon it's going to be summer for you as well. And so what better time to really talk about how we can care for the skin? What do we need to do? Do we need to make some changes? What treatments would we provide? And for our consumers, what products do I use? What treatments should I talk to my professional about? So we're going to talk all about that today. We have an amazing guest speaker with us today. His name is Cameron Cooper. Of course, he is a licensed esthetician, and I have had the pleasure to work with him in the past. If you don't know Cam, you must follow him. You will get to know him today because he is full of energy. He's full of life. I love working with him. And most of all, I love following him just to see what he's doing and really learn from him. So I'm super excited to have him here with me today. A little bit about Cam. He is from Beltsville, Maryland, and after starting his personal skincare journey 6 years ago, Cam developed a love for the industry that fueled his passion for not only educating, but really guiding his clients to clearer skin, to healthier skin. So please, without further ado, help me welcome Cam. Hey, Cam.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another ESTY Talks. Hey, Kim. Nice to see you again, too.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with you, and I'm so excited to hear what you have to teach us and to showcase for us today all about summer skin. So can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be talking about and just kind of preface our time together?
Yes, so today is all about summer safe treatments. While chemical peel season is winding down, that does not mean that facial season is over. So now is a perfect time to connect with your professional and schedule those spring and summertime treatments. So we've actually got the O2 lift that we're going to be demonstrating today. And we're going to chat about a few other little new products that are coming and some ways that you can incorporate different products into your routine now that we're moving into the summer season.
I love that. And we all want skin that looks like yours because it's flawless and glowing. So I'm going to be taking copious notes here today. Cam, before we dive in, can you tell our audience a little bit about how you came to use Image and come to know the brand, and just a little bit about the history between you and Image Skincare?
Yes, absolutely. So I actually started using Image when I started esthetician school. So it started from my very beginning stages of learning and being just a brand new, fresh esty. And I've carried that along with me this entire time, me being an esthetician, professional esthetician, going on now 2.5 years. So I've learned all the different products. I've grown and got to develop and touch on some new products that you guys have put out there too, continue education with Image Skincare. So I've always been connected with Image from the very beginning.
I love that. You are a true loyal Image skinfluencer.
Yes.
All right, well, that's very exciting. What about your favorite products? Can you tell me what your 2 favorite products are?
Yes, actually, one of our other SDs, Frank, actually touched on one of my new favorites, which is actually from our new line, the Biome Plus. I absolutely love the new Dew Bright Serum. If you guys have not tried this one out, I absolutely love this one. It's beautiful on all skin types, and it's able to target a wide variety of different skin concerns as well, which is why I love that treatment. Also, another favorite of mine, this one you have to get through your esthetician, but this is the Ageless the Total Retinol A Cream. Absolutely love this one. Actually pair this in conjunction with this, the Dew Bright Serum at nighttime. A beautiful pairing, and I absolutely love the results that I get from the two of those together.
I love that. That's funny. Obviously, we must have great minds. Great minds think alike. My absolute newest favorite also is that Biome Plus Do Bright Serum. So I agree with Cam. If you have not tried it, purchased it, you need to jump on that today and make sure you order and get that in your hands, because you will absolutely fall in love. And what better to anti-age with than the retinol A creams? So
Yes.
great choices. I definitely would concur with those. All right. So we talked about the fact that we're going to be really focusing on summer safe treatments that we want to provide our clients. And you mentioned that you're going to be demoing for us the O2 lift.
Yes.
I can't wait. That's one of my favorites as well. Professionals, if you are not carrying that on your menu and in your practice, that's a must-have, and you're going to learn why today. Absolutely. And for those of you non-professionals that are using Image Skincare and visiting professional, make an appointment with your local ESTY, because again, you're going to learn what an amazing treatment this is, especially for summer months. And if you haven't tried it, it's definitely a must-have. Tell me a little bit, Cam, about what you feel the importance is for seeing a professional. You know, there's so much out there on social media and TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, and everybody's, you know, telling you what you should be doing. But I think we as professionals know there's a great distinction between the true licensed professional and a lot of information that's out there. So why do you feel it's so important for that beautiful marriage between professional and consumer, and why it's so important for those two to come together?
Yes, you actually touched on it perfectly, Kim. Sometimes there's just so much information. It's like information overload for especially like the consumers. So even for us as SEs, it can sometimes become a lot when you've got a lot of new products that are coming out. So on the consumer side, it's definitely information overload. So seeking and pairing with an esthetician is your way to help filter through a lot of that information to see what products and treatments are going to be best for you. Not all treatments are for every skin type or skin concern. There's definitely contraindications to certain treatments. So seeking out a professional is going to be your way to help guide through all of this information that's out there and choose the best products and treatment for your skin.
I love that, because like you mentioned, even us licensed professionals who have gone to school in this industry, we're practicing daily, we're keeping up, and it can be confusing. So how much more important does that really stress the non-licensed person to really visit their professional? So I'm glad you touched on that. All right, well, let's see. One of the things that I feel is so important for summer skincare is SPF. It's brighter out. The sun is shining. We tend to be outside more. We're doing activities. And I know that we have an amazing collection of SPF products, our Prevention Plus collection. Today, you're going to be showcasing, I'm just going to do a little sneak tease, because for those of you non-professionals, we have recently launched some new products, and they're going to be available soon. Our pros know all about what I'm talking about, but be on the lookout, because we have some new products that you will be able to get from your professional soon. But it's so important that we are using an SPF daily. Tell us a little bit why we should do that, and what the importance is.
And Kim, you touched on it every day, everybody. Every single day, you should be wearing an SPF. It doesn't matter if the clouds are out or if it's a cloudy day or anything like that. Still make sure that you're wearing your SPF, because those harmful UVA and UVB rays are still able to penetrate penetrate those windows if you're working from home, when you're driving. You got to think about all those chances that you're possibly exposed to the sun. So you want to make sure that you are protecting your skin, especially as we get into the summer. Their days are longer. You might be outside in direct sunlight. So you want to make sure you're protecting your skin at all times, especially if you are seeing a professional too and getting professional treatments. You don't want to get progress on hyperpigmentation or acne scarring and then go out into the sun without that protection. It's only going to reverse all the things that we're trying to correct. So make sure that you're always wearing your sunscreen.
That's a great point. We work so hard in the treatment room, and
Yes.
you're paying money to get your treatments. You certainly
Yes,
don't want to go and undo the effects that your ESTY is
exactly.
doing. So, and look at us. We're sitting in front of a device. We have cell phones in our
Yeah.
face and tablets and computer screens and lights, and even when we're indoors, as you mentioned, you can get rays through the windows. One of the things I love about some of our Prevention Plus products is that it has digital aging defense. So not only
Yeah.
are we protecting from those UVA and UVB rays, but we're actually getting protection from that blue light that's being emitted from all of our devices. So I love that you mentioned indoor as well as outdoor, and
Yeah.
also clear
Oh,
day, bright day. So always be protecting our skin. All right,
absolutely.
well, I think I'm going to now turn it over to you because I'm sure everyone is anxiously awaiting your demo. So we're gonna switch the view a little bit here, and Cam is going to take us through our O2 lift. So Cam, take it away.
Yes. Thank you guys, everybody. I hope you guys are super excited for this treatment. Again, we're doing the O2 oxygen lift. I'm just going to tilt my camera back so you guys can see my beautiful model here. And we're going to get started in a bit. Now, just for all my Esties out there, if your client does have any residual makeup on or like a tinted sunscreen or moisturizer or something, I do recommend doing a double cleanse before completing the treatment. My client today does not have anything on, so we're actually just going to jump right in. We're just going to start off by wiping the face down, just to remove any residual product that he may have on the skin. And this treatment, y'all, as we mentioned earlier, is great for all skin types and all skin concerns too. Whether you're dealing with aging skin, whether you have acneic skin or acne prone skin, if you're dealing with any type of dehydration, this is going to be a perfect treatment for you. The O2 lift is all about revitalizing the skin, improving the luminosity and brightness of the skin, and that's exactly what we want for the summertime. We want to glow in the summer. So of course, we're going to start off with our first cleanse, and we're starting off with our gel to milk cleanser. This is an oil-based cleanser that's going to help remove those impurities off of the skin and also just keep the skin nice and balanced throughout the rest of the treatment. And yes, you want to apply it to dry skin first. And you'll see why they call it the gel to milk in just a moment. Now, for clients that do have facial hair, or my client today has recently shaved, you still want to go in the direction of their hair growth. That way you can prevent as much irritation as possible. And now that the product is nice and smooth over the client's skin, just going to add a little bit of water to your hands to help emulsify the product. And you can even see on my hands how it's kind of turned milky. Now we're going to go back to our client and add that on. And this is where the magic starts to happen. This is where you're really starting to break down all of those impurities, all of that excess oil. And you're just going to work that on. And this is where you can also add in that nice massage. I'm just going to get all over the face to make sure it's nice and prepped for the rest of our treatment today. And this is actually a great cleanser to help remove any makeup also. So again, don't be afraid if your client does come in with any type of residual makeup or a tinted moisturizer. This would be a great way to help take it off. Again, I just do recommend if they did have anything on to follow it with like a regular cleanser to your client's skin type. So you might follow with like the ageless cleanser, or maybe the Ormetic, or even the Max, the stem cell cleanser. Either of those would be a great follow-up to this one. Okay, so now that our client is nice and cleansed, we're going to go ahead and move on to removing the product and then on to step 2. And we got our steamer nice and ready to go as well. And I'm just using, these are just damp sponges, you all. Nothing special here. We're just going to start removing the product.
Cam, can you tell us some of the benefits that the O2 treatment provides?
Absolutely. The O2 treatment is great to help smooth out skin texture, improve the tone, and as we touched on, the brightness of the skin as well. So if you're dealing with any kind of dull skin, especially after we're coming off of the fall season, now's the time to get all that dead skin off and get that brightness back. It's also great to help reduce inflammation in the skin. That's why it's a great treatment for our acne-prone clients. And again, you're infusing the skin with all these great peptides, antioxidants. You're getting some magnesium, copper, zinc in there to help again with that tone and texture of the skin. So this is honestly an all-around treatment great for everyone.
I love that because this means that there is no one that wouldn't benefit. So what a great treatment for all ESTYs and all of our guests as well.
Yes. And another thing, it's great for all Fitzpatrick's types. So all skin tones can benefit from this treatment as well. And next, we're going to go into step 2. Step 2 is actually one of my favorite parts. This is the enzymatic facial peel. This is like a gommage treatment for my ESTYs out there. So this is going to be a great way, again, to help include a little bit of enzymatic exfoliation as well as physical exfoliation, rather. Because with the gommage, you're actually going to start to see the product kind of roll and ball up on itself. And that's how it's trapping all of that dead skin. So you're just going to go ahead and start to massage that onto the skin. And for my ESTYs, all you want to do is just gently effleurage the skin. And over time, it'll just go ahead and start to gommage on its own. And again, this is a super gentle way to help exfoliate the skin. But as it gommages, again, you're getting a little bit of that physical exfoliation to help improve the tone and texture of the skin and reveal that bright, glowy skin underneath.
One of the things I love about this, Cam, is there is an ingredient included in this product that is extremely hydrating to the skin. So, man, you're really getting like a drink of water, which of course aids in plumping the skin and just really satiating dehydration. So that's another perk to this.
Yes, and especially since we started off with that gel to milk cleanser, you've already kind of got that little bit of a nice hydration base from that previous cleanser. So like Kim said, this is a drink of water for the skin. The skin is going to be super hydrated, super nourished, especially from all those peptides and enzymes that you're getting in there as well. And we know we love a glow at the end. And already I can see the product starting to gommage a little bit, which is exactly what we want to see. That's the product rolling all of that dead skin into the product itself to again help them. And again, yes, you all take this time. This is your time to treat your client. They're getting that nice massage, but we're also infusing the skin with all these good, yummy ingredients. And this is going to be great for your male clients with that facial hair. It's going to help get rid of all that dead skin that's underneath the hair, especially. It's going to make shaving a lot easier for them too. And now that we've got that gommage going, this is a great time to, again, keep on massaging the skin, indulge your client.
Great. We can visually see those dead skin cells really rolling on the skin.
Yes. And that's what it's doing, you all. Those dead skin cells are actually, again, rolling right into the product. So you're getting that enzymatic exfoliation as well as that physical exfoliation too, to help gently resurface the skin and improve the tone and texture. I'm going to see, you guys can probably actually see on my hands, those little bits that are on my hands, that's the actual gommage itself. So now that he is nice and exfoliated, we're going to go ahead and remove this with a warm towel.
I think we have some questions coming in. I'm just curious, Cam, do you
Yes.
ever steam during that step in the treatment?
Absolutely. Absolutely can steam as well. This is a perfect time to include that steaming because for my ESTYs, after you do your gommage treatment here, this is where you would then want to follow with your extractions. So whether you're using like your traditional extractor tool or the BT, that would be a great time after this to go ahead and end with your extractions. And like you mentioned, steam will be a great time right here to add that in.
And just for those, just to reiterate, that was our O2 lift enzymatic facial peel, which is part of the treatment, the professional. And this is professional only. So
Yeah.
for those of you that are non-licensed, you want to book immediately with your local esthetician to be able to receive this treatment.
Yes. And so as Kim mentioned, this is a professional only treatment. Make sure that you're going to a licensed professional. Image has a great resource tool on their website to help you find a local esthetician. So definitely check that out. Perfect. And our client is nice and exfoliated and he is ready for step 3. So we just finished step 2. Again, that was the enzymatic facial peel. And now we're going to go into step 3, which is the actual O2 oxygenating mask itself. Now we touched on the
This is the
benefit
fun part.
of O2. And I'm sorry, was that a question? We had another
Oh,
question.
I just said this is the fun part.
Oh yes, this is the fun stuff, y'all. Wait till if you've never seen the O2 in action, this is gonna be super cool. So I really want you guys to see this. So this is again step 3, which is gonna be our oxygenating facial mask. This is where all the magic is coming in. This is the actual oxygen treatment itself. But we've prepped the skin so the treatment is going to be able to penetrate the skin, and we're going to see the most benefits from it as well. So what I like to do is I like to just pump it onto the back of my hand. And we've got our pump nice and primed and ready. You're going to need about 3 to 4 full pumps of this to spread across the full face. Now, you can use one of 2 things. I see some people like to use like the larger cotton swabs, and I see some people that like to use a fan brush. You can use either or. I do like to use the fan brush just so I can help kind of easily control where the product is going. And you're just going to apply that to the skin. And you'll see upon contact, in just moments, it's going to start to bubble, and all of that oxygen is going to start to penetrate the skin to help improve the tone and texture as well. You're going to get reduced inflammation. So again, this is great, like we mentioned, for those acne-prone clients. And you can put this all over, and you'll already start to see, like on the forehead, it's starting to turn white. That's the bubble starting to form there with all the good oxygen pushing into the skin. And you just want to let this kind of naturally do its thing. The bubbles will naturally go ahead and start to formulate, and then they will also naturally dissipate as well. And you guys can already see on the cheeks how it's starting to turn. So immediately, like we said, upon contact, that oxygen is already getting to going on the skin. So it's pushing its way into the skin so you can reveal that brighter complexion, improve that tone and texture, and overall just get that rejuvenated brightness back to the skin. And you guys, this is also another great time where you can add in your steam too. And that's going to help with the whole oxygenating process. Again, as all of that is pushing its way into the skin, we've already cleansed the skin and did a gentle exfoliation treatment too. So the skin is already ready to suck all of that in, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. Oxygen can also help to stimulate collagen production, which is great to help keep that skin nice and plump and hydrated too.
Can you tell our viewers if there is any activity or feeling on the skin while they are masking under this oxygenating mask?
Yeah, so what our client probably feels is a little bit of a tickle, actually. It doesn't hurt, doesn't sting, or anything like that. And another great thing about this treatment, you all, there is no downtime. So right after this, of course, we're going to apply our serums, moisturizers, and sunscreen. But our client is good to go right back outside and do what they've got to do. There is no downtime needed. So they're just feeling like little bubbles kind of just popping all over the skin. It kind of tickles the face a little bit.
I love that because once the client gets up from the bed, as you mentioned, they can go on about their business. If they
Yep.
had a special event, needed to go into makeup application,
Exactly.
they could do
Oh,
so. They don't have to worry about blotchiness or redness or any type of downtime. So the perfect treatment.
yep. And I love that you mentioned like that special event. We actually used to call this the red carpet facial, like when I was in school. And that is what I literally love to call it because if you're getting ready for a nice event, if you just want your skin to be extra glowy and perfect for whatever you've got coming up, this is the treatment for you. So SDs, definitely promote this to your clients out there. This is that go-to treatment. Not only if they just want that extra glow for a special occasion, but overall, it's great to help improve the dullness and texture and tone of the skin too. So this is a go-to treatment.
And I'm thinking for our viewers that maybe are attending summer weddings, they want to get their skin ready, whether they're the guest or the bride, or what a
Yes,
great treatment to seek out with their professional in preparation of their special events, weddings, and so
absolutely.
forth.
That would be perfect. And again, no downtime, so they are good to go right back out for their event the next day, or even later in the night. So this is a perfect treatment. No downtime. It is summer safe. So this is again a great treatment throughout the entire spring summer season. I think our client is feeling good. So definitely book this treatment, you guys. Again, this is the O2 Oxygen Lift. This again is a great treatment for all skin types and skin concerns. So we're just gonna let
So
the oxygen. Uh-huh.
sorry, Cam. I was just going to
No.
say one of the things that I find when I'm facilitating this treatment is it's a little bit different on every skin type. So on
Yeah.
some skin, it will completely dissipate. In
Yeah.
others, it will remain on the skin. Let's talk to our professionals. Is there a
Mhm.
particular time frame we should leave on the skin? Does it have to disappear? What do you do in that case?
Yeah. So, like you mentioned, it does not always disappear, you all, and it doesn't mean you did anything wrong if it does not. So, don't get worried or anything like that. It's completely normal. Everybody's skin is a little bit different. If it does have any left over, and I'll show you all in a little bit, typically it's about that 5 to 10 minute mark where you start to see kind of the bubbles start to dissipate a little bit. If you have excess left over, I'll go ahead and show you guys now. What you want to do is just have like your aesthetic wipe nearby and then just a little a spatula or one of your wooden sticks. And this, all you have to do is just scrape away any of the excess, just gently on the client's skin. And you can remove all of that excess right there. You do this all
I
across the skin.
love that. I love
Yeah,
that. I've actually not done that myself. What a great way to remove. So
yeah,
pros. We
super
learned
easy
a new
way.
pro tip today.
Super easy. Of course, be super gentle on the client's skin, but it's a super easy way to remove that excess. And then we're, of course, just going to follow this with a warm towel to remove any of that residual product.
Some other
Perfect.
benefits about this treatment that I love is that there are no contraindications. So as Cam mentioned, this is excellent for all skin types, all skin conditions. It's beneficial. It has some real corrective in terms of healing and nutritional properties for the skin. So no contraindications. And this is also a treatment that can be performed fairly regularly. So as often as once a week, they could receive this treatment. So unlike a chemical peel with acids and so forth that we might um, we'd space out a little greater time in between. This could be performed as often as once a week. So that's
Exactly.
great too.
And that's a great way to see great improvements and benefits from the treatment too. So if you do have a wedding coming up or a big day coming up, definitely as we're in this summer season, incorporate a few of these treatments into your routine because you'll see great improvements, as Kim mentioned, if you're able to get a few of these treatments in before that event. You see great benefits just after one treatment, but again, if you can get a few of those treatments in before your actual event, that's a perfect way to go ahead and set your skin up for the best success. We're just gonna let the towel kind of just soak all of that in, and you'll see how easy it is to remove the product. Again, if you have those bubbles still left on the skin, use like a gentle spatula motion to go ahead and remove all of that excess product, and then you'll get your towel to go ahead and remove the rest, okay? The skin is already looking so good. And these next few steps is all again about infusing the skin with those amazing plant-based stem cells, which is going to help the skin rejuvenate and heal itself. So again, that's why I love this treatment for my acne-prone clients. And just like that, you all, the product is removed and we are good to go for our next steps.
Quick question, Cam. How do you feel
Yeah.
about pairing this with other forms of treatments, like microdermabrasion or dermaplaning? Also, do you
Yeah.
ever see any purging of the skin after this treatment?
Great questions. I actually love to pair this with the dermaplane. Dermaplane is going to be a great way, again, to help get that additional physical exfoliation so the oxygen is able to penetrate the skin better, even with the microdermabrasion. As far as purging, I actually don't see a lot of my clients get too much purging afterwards because it's all about infusing the skin with those nice ingredients. So I don't notice a whole lot of purging afterwards. So again, it'd be a great treatment. It's all really about reducing the inflammation, not really causing any type of inflammation that would bring anything back up in the skin. So that's why I really love this one for my acne prone clients. It's going to immediately help to reduce that redness and calm the skin as well.
I agree with you, Cam. I've never seen any type of purging from the skin afterwards. So as Cam mentioned, such a beautiful prep treatment because you really don't have no downtime, as we mentioned, and any effects as well.
Yes. And then our next step here is step 4. This is the eye enhance. We're actually using the stem cell facial enhancer. This is part of the O2 treatment as well. So for all my pros, in the kit that you get, you'll actually get this as well. So we're going to add about 3 full drops of this onto the client's skin. And you can also bring it down to the neck and décolleté as well. And this, again, is all to help nourish the skin, keep the skin nice and hydrated and plump. Those stem cells are great for the skin to, again, help that skin regenerate itself and heal itself. So this is a perfect follow-up to everything that we just did. This treatment is all about nourishing the skin and getting that skin ready and right for the summertime. And I love the glow that this serum alone provides. It is so beautiful on the skin and it feels so nice too. I find that this serum is a great way to help, again, reduce that inflammation, get the skin nice and calm.
I agree. You're adding such a defense to the skin. Oops, sorry, Cam. I was just saying, I agree. You're adding such a defense to the skin as well with those plant stem cells and really just nourishing and.
Yes, this is all about nourishing the skin, you all. And you can see he's already glowing. We are not yet done, but he has already got this beautiful glow to the skin. We've worked that serum nice and into the skin. And what I like to do is also follow this with a nice moisturizer, you all. So I'm going to be following this up with the Max Stem Cell Cream as well. Just a little bit of this to make sure that the skin is also nice and hydrated. We lock that serum in. And again, if your clients are more on the dehydrated side, this is a definite great step to help, again, lock all of that hydration into the skin. And it's still morning and it's still daytime over here. So we are, of course, going to finalize this treatment with our sun protection. We talked about sun protection earlier. And again, we just went through this whole professional treatment. We want to make sure that the skin is nice and protected following this treatment to make sure that our clients get the best results following. So now that our moisturizer is nice and into the skin, we're going to follow this up. Again, little teaser, y'all. We got some new skincare, some new sunscreen protection coming from Image very, very soon. This one works beautifully on all Fitzpatrick. So definitely keep that in mind. For all my pros out there, you guys definitely try this one out if you haven't already. You'll see how beautifully this applies to the skin.
And I'm just going to interject here, another little teaser. I actually was out in the sun on a boat in the Florida Keys all day for hours. And I use this product, which some of you are already using, our professionals, and some others of you are going to be soon introduced to it, but protected beautifully my skin. So it's a must-have, especially if you're going to be outside. Yes.
And you all, it feels so nice on the skin.
Oh,
super
amazing.
actually gives like a blurring effect to the skin too. So the skin looks really, really good after treatment. Absolutely love this one. Pros, definitely get your hands on it. Get it ready for retail for your clients because they are going to love this one. Perfect. So your sunscreen is all on. Our model is nice and protected. Again, as you saw, kind of gently went around the eyes as well. We want to make sure that you do get around the eyes, not in the eyes, but around the eyes, just to protect that delicate skin as well. To finish off our treatment, you all, we just like to use the Hermetic. This is the lip complex to help keep our clients' lips nice and hydrated. And I personally love this one too, you all. Guys, don't be afraid of that sheer pink one. Trust me, that one works perfectly fine too. And it's such a sheer color to it that I love that one as well. But this is just a regular Hermetic. We're just gonna finish our client up just by combing through the eyebrows. I don't know if I ever mentioned to you all why I do this. I remember when I first started getting facial treatments, and it was a beautiful facial. She ended the treatment with a massage, and I naturally have thick eyebrows. And she just was going to town, just all over the brows. And I just left me with my brows looking all crazy. So now it's like a force of habit for me to make sure that I send my clients back home with their brows, back in place. So that's my little 2 cents from my pros out there. Grab some of these spoolies, make sure your client's brows are nice and in place at the end of their treatment. Now that our client is all done, yes, please, you all. And now that our client is all done, you always want to make sure that they get sent home with their treatment kit so they can maintain their results. So this is the post-treatment kit here. And then I always like to throw one of these collagen shots too, the Yana collagen shots. I take these every single day. I find that it helps with the overall hydration and plumpness of my skin. So I always offer these both to my clients at the end of their treatment. And our client is all good to go. Like, that is it. You can see his skin is now glowing and looking healthier. He's all ready for the summer. He is ready for this glow. He's got the lips plumped and nice and hydrated as well. So he is all good to go.
Amazing. And he looks amazing. I'm sure he feels amazing. So what a great treatment. And I love that you brought up the post-treatment kit. I think it's so important that we ensure that we're caring for the skin post-treatment. Professionals, we never want to treat the skin and then just kind of send them off running without a good post-treatment. This is the opportunity for us to make sure that they're using, for example, our post-treatment kit to get through those couple days, especially if you're performing the O2 lift or a chemical peel, even an enzyme peel. And then what a great opportunity to ensure that we all are using a proper home care regimen. Because if we're going into the treatment room and having these beautiful treatments, but then we're at home using products that aren't curated specifically for our skin, we're not going to be able to sustain those results. And I think that's why it's so important that we are all seeing the professional, because it's really the professional that is going to analyze our skin, assess our skin, and get what's perfect for us, not just for anyone, but for our particular skin needs. So thank you for talking about that post-treatment, as well as the Yana. That's our collagen supplement that is giving us skin health and wellness from the inside, which is so important. We had some questions come in, lots of questions. So I'm going to see if you and I can answer some of these. Some of these we already answered. So using water on the second step. So that would be the enzyme facial peel. I don't ever use water. I guess you could maybe bring in for a little slip. Do you ever use water?
No, I don't find that you need to at all. Once you actually guys start to work that product in, it's actually going to kind of liquefy itself, and then that slip, you'll naturally get that slip with the gommage affecting right after it. So don't worry about adding any extra water. You're perfectly fine.
And we had a question regarding expecting women. So I will address this. We're very careful when it comes to pregnancy or breastfeeding moms. We do recommend, of course, that you would contact your treating physician. However, I will say that there are no ingredients or nothing that would be contraindicated. And that's why we love this treatment, because really no contraindication, unless, of course, there was a known allergy to an ingredient. But for aside from that, it's such a wonderful treatment for everyone. So, but always have them check with their treating physician.
Exactly.
We talked about timing. You could do this as often as a week. You can even do it more often, but there really is no time frame that you'd have to wait to perform the treatment. Let's see. Someone asked about acne medications or ointments. They did join a little late, but Cam mentioned that this is a perfect treatment for acneic skin, blemish-prone skin, because of its nourishing properties.
Exactly. So if you guys offer like an acne facial, don't be afraid to offer this as well as a secondary treatment option, because this is a great treatment for that as well.
Someone wants to know the SPF product he used, but it's a little bit of a secret. We're giving you consumers a tease. I'll tell you what, consumers out there are non-licensed professionals. Go to or find a new or call your ESTY and talk to them about that new SPF product, and they'll be able to retail it to you right now, and it will introduced to our non-licensed guests and viewers there pretty soon.
See, that's the importance of having a pro.
Cam, this is a great question that maybe you could talk to us about with other, talk to our other pros, how you handle this. The post-treatment kit, should they include the price in the O2 treatment price? How do you do that in your practice?
Absolutely. Already include that, you all, with the package. That way you're sending your client home with a full treatment. Again, you don't want to perform a treatment and they not be able to maintain the results following. So just include that as part of your package. That way you're giving your client that full service treatment.
I love that. And it makes them feel special
exactly
as well. And then we'll ensure that they're using it. Yeah, exactly. What about dermaplaning? Can you tell our pros, we had a question, when would they dermaplane in the treatment?
Yes. Yeah, so that would be after your cleansing stage, you all. So before your step 2 of the actual O2 treatment, which is the actual enzymatic facial peel, before that, that's when you'll include the dermaplane.
We get lots of questions around charges, and I know when it comes to pricing, every demographic is different. So I would recommend our professionals really do a little bit of research, what your area is pricing out your treatments, and that can be helpful because it can be such a wide range. So I find that that's helpful.
Yep, definitely look at the other estheticians in your area compared to, and of course, if you're including that, your post-treatment kit too, that's going to help include, with your pricing, where you can kind of price and what your price point's going to be for the actual treatment. So do your research and make sure you and keep it all within range. But also, if you're including your post-treatment kit, that can kind of help you determine what your price point's going to be.
Perfect. Suzette asked about this, serum. Suzette, the serum was the stem cell enhancer that's part of the O2 Lift kit. So professionals, that's part of your kit. And if you are a viewer, non-professional that was watching, that was a step in the treatment. And that's our stem cell enhancer that is used in that treatment. All right. I think, go ahead, Kim.
I would just mention that's a professional only product.
Yes, professional only product. Thank you for that. I'm checking all of my devices to make sure I'm not missing any questions or anything. And I think, let's see. Oh, this is a great question. How long should the O2 Lift facial be in a treatment? How long do you typically allot for the treatment?
Yeah, it's gonna vary you all, but typically right around about 40 to 45 minutes, especially if you're including extractions. Of course, today, first time we didn't do extractions, but if you're including extractions or the dermaplane treatment as well, that could add to your time, but it's right around 40 minutes.
Perfect. This was a great question about locating an esthetician. I love that question.
Yeah.
One of the things that you can do is go to our website and you can actually put in your zip code, and we have what's called a pro locator, and you're able to put in your zip code and even identify the area. So maybe 25 miles, or maybe you're willing to drive 50 miles, but you can put in that parameter and it will bring up local ESTYs in your area so you all can find that professional. Okay, another so just to give you all a little recap, because we've had a few questions coming in, the products that were used in the treatment, which is our O2 lift, and that is part of a kit for the professional. All of the products are part of the kit. There, Cam is showing the kit on screen. For our guests, non-licensed, that want to receive this treatment, again, this is professional only, and the products Cam was using are the products that are within that kit. So it's a step, as he mentioned, it went from the cleanser to the gommage like peel to the oxygenating mask, followed by a plant stem cell enhancer, and then our SPF. So it's all part of that O2 lift in the kit. Okay, I think I have addressed all of our questions. So let's move on to our closing comments. We talked about the importance of post-treatment and visiting the professional, making sure we're using our SPF. So Cam, before we end, what I would love to do is show your information so that we can see how we could contact you, follow you. You're such a wealth of information. I learn from you every time I work with you. I loved the first time that we worked together and you gave the tip about the brows. And you know, it's those little touches that make such a difference. And I was like, that's fantastic. And today, my takeaway is the spatula to remove the O2. I'm like, this is fantastic. So thank you for teaching us as well.
You are so welcome.
We love your pro tips. So how can we reach you? I think maybe we have a slide that is going to include, oops, wrong slide, technical difficulty. Hold, please.
There it is.
There we go. All right. If we want to reach Cam, go ahead, Cam. Tell us how to best contact you.
Yes, best way to contact me, you all, is on my Instagram. That's where I'm most active. And as you guys can see, it is at skin.by Cam. And you can also go to my website, which is skinbycam.com. There you can actually see book an appointment. You can learn a little bit more about me, see where I'm located. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM. My emails are open too. I'm always available to chat about skincare.
Excellent. And I think we may even have products that were used today. We know our O2 lift kit.
I'll just my two favorites.
Oh, yes, that's right. And the two favorites, which are my two favorites too. So I think, yes, there we go. So products in this session, professionals, you must make sure you are carrying these to treat in the treatment room, but also to retail. So that's the O2 Lift Treatment Kit, the Ageless Retinol A Cream, and the Biome Plus Dew Bright Serum. Pros, make sure you're retailing those two products and treating. And consumers, make sure you're booking an appointment for the O2 treatment. And I think everybody should order the Biome Plus Dew Bright Serum because it is none. Amazing. So Cam and I both agree on that. So make sure you're ordering your Biome Plus, which is a new product that we just launched. All right. If you did not or were not able to see our day one of ESTY Talks, which was yesterday, you can check that out on the website. My understanding is it is already up now. So you can go to the consumer or professional website and you'll be able to check that out. If you would like to watch this again, it will eventually be loaded onto the website. Give us some time because we have to get all that technical stuff sorted out and get it up and running, but be sure to check out day one on the website. Oh, also, while you're on the website, make sure you're checking out current promotional offers. I don't know about you all,
Yes.
Cam, I don't know about you, but I like to save money. I like to take advantage of specials and offers. So make sure you're checking that out. And most importantly, I want to thank you so much, Cam, for participating in ESTY Talks again this year. It is always such a pleasure. You bring such great energy. I love learning from you, and I think our viewers could agree. So we so appreciate your time and your expertise.
Thank you for having me, everybody. And again, thank you so much for joining us for another round of ESTY Talks. Like I said, my DMs, emails are open, so I hope to chat with you all soon. And we will see you in the next one. I know day 3 tomorrow, we've got some more exciting stuff coming too. So if you haven't registered for day 3, definitely sign up for day 3 too.
Yes, thank you so much. Great segue to our close. So for those of you that haven't signed up, as Cam said, make sure you sign up for day 3 of ESTY Talks,
Yeah.
which is tomorrow. We have an ESTY Talks Extra Med Spa Edition. So that's going to be very exciting. So pros, you're not going to want to miss this. And non-licensed consumers, you're going to want to tune in too, because you're going to learn all about the med spa side of the industry. So
Yes.
again, thank you all for joining. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.